We're back. So I don't know what happened. We're having some technical difficulty. Clearly we do this all the time. So I'm going to introduce our team, and then I'm going to scoot and let Sierra get her project demo started, and then we're going to answer your questions. So hold tight with us. Please say hi from where you're at. We'd love to see you. Tell your friends that we're here. We can't wait to talk to you and get you some help. So. Okay, so Sierra, I'm going to say it wrong again.
Graphic designer.
Graphic designer.
Graphic designer is the tip of the iceberg of what Sierra does.
I wear a lot of hats.
Seriously,
graphic designer is what I'm doing here. So.
Yeah, she is wonderful at everything she does, so helpful. We just love, I get to work right next to her, and I just love it. So, then we have Spencer over here, and he is our VP of National Sales, and one of the nicest guys we've ever met.
Oh, come on, Donnie.
He'll pay me later. It's
That's
fine.
right. That's right.
Okay, we've got Jesse, and some of you will remember him from when he was over Expressions Vinyl, and now I've taken over Expressions Vinyl, and he's over our chain stores. And then Ben is our customer support manager, and he kind of takes care of all of us. When we ever have a problem, we just go run into Ben. So I'll give you his personal cell phone later.
Ben has forgotten more about Silhouette than any of us have known. So
Ben, how long have you been here?
Almost 5 years.
5 years. Okay, so he's going to take apart the machine, and he's going to put it back together for you.
I can do that.
Okay. All right, so there is our team. Welcome, welcome. We're so glad you're here. I'm going to scoot, and we're going to let Sierra get started.
all right.
Okay, so we're just going to do a quick demo of our printable tattoo paper, which I believe you can buy through Expressions Vinyl. So I've already made some tattoos that we have laying out here, and they are all.
Did you need to see this from the games? It's on there, good.
So this is actually a design from the design store by Echo Park. If any of you want to look it up, you can just search I'd Rather Be Crafting, or the design ID is 227320. And it's just a really cute little design that I love to use. So I've just brought it in here, and really it's super simple to use a printable tattoo paper. We're just gonna add some registration marks on the layout, and we will change the paper size too, so that it's the printable size. And then really all you need to do after you bring in the design is to add cut lines so that it cuts around this design. One way to do that for tattoos, what I like to do is to create an offset. So you'll go down here in your panel to this little star and just click offset, and it'll look kind of funky, but then once you press apply, it'll have a clean cut for you. I'm gonna undo that actually, because today we're just gonna do a rectangle around it because that's a little bit quicker to cut. So I'm just gonna create a little rectangle. And then, so once you get to this point, if you hit send, I already turned off. Usually the cut lines, it's gonna try and cut out this design too. It'll look like, oh, you're on sketch. Hold on.
It's important to tell it that it's just a printed image, not to go actually cut out all those different letters. And the best way to do that is to just make sure you're on not on a cut setting.
So it's gonna look like this when you first bring it in probably, and that's telling it that it's gonna cut out every one of those letters, but we don't want that because it's just a printed image. So you'll just select the design and hit no cut, and then it will just cut out this red rectangle.
I love how the software really dramatically accentuates when it's going to be a cut line, so you can't really get that wrong.
Yeah.
We've all kind of been there, right? We've all had that trial and error before. But that's pretty obvious that it's not going to cut those letters now.
Yep. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because we want to print out or cut a bunch of these, I'm going to select the cut lines with the design, and right-click and group it. And then with it still selected, I'll go up to Object, Replicate, and Fill Page. And that'll give us...
Isn't there a button in the software that also will do that?
Yeah, there's a shortcut. I'm used to a Mac, so forgive me. It is Control-Shift-F.
What about this? Isn't this one?
You're right.
Off.
No, you're right.
Replicate right there as well.
I'm just
Good job, Spencer.
Thank you.
Nice
See?
job.
Yeah,
Okay, 1 point for Spencer. You guys, 0.
Step up your games, boys.
Okay, so we have some that are pre-printed out. And so we're going to cut some tattoos, and I'm actually going to use the file I've already created. So then you'll just print that directly from Silhouette Studio and on the tattoo paper, and you'll get this.
Hey Sarah, I have a question. I noticed that when you went in, it actually mirrors.
You're right.
Did
Yep.
that do it
you're supposed to
automatically, or do
mirror.
you have to tell it to?
Sorry, I forgot about that part.
That's an important one.
That is important for temporary tattoos, especially if it has words. So before you go and replicate it, you will actually need to mirror the design. So you'll select it, go to mirror, and flip horizontally. So that just flipped it back to normal. This file was already set up correctly.
So it's kind of like heat transfer, where you've got to have it backwards in order to make it face the right direction when it's on.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and you guys, I'm going to jump in here. We got a comment. Real men wear. I'd rather be crafting tattoos.
That's
we will
exactly correct.
Expressions
Please.
Vinyl is going to make matching ones for their team.
Oh,
So
awesome.
Carl, I
Carl and
expect
Jason, or
you
real
get that
men? Is
on.
what you're saying?
I'll
Oh,
send them
man.
to you.
One of the coolest things you'll ever see here in Utah, if you're here early enough in the morning, you'll see Jesse pulling up on his Harley with his I'd rather be crafting tattoo on his arm.
Wow.
It's the greatest thing
That's
ever.
true. You always know when he's here because you hear the
Harley coming.
Motorcycle, and then the Cameo starting up. Yeah.
Okay, so the tattoo paper comes with this adhesive sheet. So before you cut, you're going to need to apply it to what you just printed out. So I'm just going to hope that this goes on well. You're just going to line it up. It doesn't have to be quite perfect. Ooh, that's really not perfect. What I like to do, this is a trick, is to just lay this upside down and then just place this right on top of it. And that will give you a clean, thank you. You can take your scraper tool and like really burnish it on there, or just use your hands. And now, sorry, my cutting mat was off screen. Okay. We'll just put it on this cut mat. It's a well-loved one, so hopefully this sticks okay. Really get the edges on there since this isn't a super sticky cutting mat. And then we'll load this into the machine. You want to, I'm sure that you all know this, but line the cutting mat to the blue line on the edge there, and then we'll hit load. And then in the, I'll just unplug my mouse. Back in Silhouette Studio, you'll just go over to the send panel. And I already selected it, but you're just gonna select what material you're using, which in this case is the printable tattoo paper. And I just have I'm not using the auto blade today, so I'll select ratchet blade. And it'll tell you what setting to set your blade to. It's already set to 4, so I think I'm good. So I'll just hit send. And then the machine will read those registration marks that, is this working? Registration failed.
Unload it.
See, this is why Ben
This
comes
is
in
why we have
handy.
support. Yeah, let's go ahead and reload it. Okay, and let's hit register again. Alright.
No, it's not doing anything.
You know, while she's working on this, like, fun fact about the tattoo paper, it is surprisingly, maybe not so surprisingly, it is among our top selling consumable in the entire company. Like we can never keep it in stock. It's one of the most difficult products for us to inventory just because it comes and goes so fast. So the question I was like, what in the world are people doing with this? I mean, this is a good example of how a cute use for it. But if you think party favors, right now Little League Baseball is consuming my life, and we've talked about like importing the design off of the jerseys of our little kids and creating either a cut file out of that or a print file, making fun little tattoos to give to the moms so as they're cheering for their kids or yelling at the coaches. In my experience, they're all decked out in cool little gear that nobody else has. There's no better feeling than my wife walking up to a game wearing a shirt or a tattoo with the logo of the kids that are out there, and everyone's like, wait a minute, how did that happen?
Yeah, and really the possibilities are endless.
Yep.
And you can apply the tattoo paper to more than just skin, which I think is awesome.
That is cool.
People put them on like wood coasters,
Tile.
yeah. So the machine is just reading these registration marks that are printed out, and then it knows exactly where we've told it to cut.
So the great thing about the issue we had here in office is that we have dozens of Cameos in office, and it was actually connected to one of our other machines by Bluetooth.
Oh.
The Cameo 3 has a great Bluetooth functionality, but when you have dozens of machines in the office, you have to make sure that you've selected your local machine. Most home users have 1 to 2 machines. It's really easy to distinguish it. If we actually look at the screen right here, we just have to watch for this little USB icon right here, selected our machine, because as you can see, we have 4 different other machines that this single laptop is connected to right now.
So it was trying to connect to a different one?
Yeah, it was connected to a different one. So
Somebody's out there surprised.
Yes.
I have to say though, I Bluetooth, I have a portrait in my office, and I am a huge, like, I was a little hesitant to move over to Bluetooth. I'm like, it's okay, I'll just USB it, that's fine. But it works so perfectly and so fast, and it declutters you should see my desk, it's all cluttered anyway, but the fact that I have now my portrait on the other side of the desk of my computer and no cables running to it, I'm like a huge Bluetooth.
Sierra, we've got somebody asking or saying and commenting, I noticed that the mat is bigger than 12 by 12. Can you make an image and print it bigger than 12 by 12? That's a 12 by 12 mat.
I think actually in the document it is set to 12 by 24.
Okay.
I think if you have a large format printer, you can.
You can, yes. The only difficulty with printing on large format is that the farther you are away from the registration marks, it can be slightly less precise. So that bottom right hand corner may not be as crisp if you're using 12 by 24, but it'll do pretty well.
So if you don't have if you have a square like this, it's okay that it's a little bit off, but if you're very precise around a design, you want to be careful there.
Exactly.
Okay, we've got another one that, are you using a specific blade to cut this or just the basic cut blade?
So I'm using the premium blade. The machine comes with an auto blade, but we also have what we call a ratchet blade, which you have to adjust in this little socket here. This is the premium blade, which you can adjust the blade depth by just twisting. So the premium blade is my favorite, so that's why I'm using it today. It's just what was in my machine. But yeah, so we sell the premium blade. And yeah.
Perfect, thank you.
There's actually 4 different blades that work with this machine, and all of them would cut this media.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's deep cut blade
got a
too.
deep cut blade, and an auto blade, a premium blade, and a ratchet.
Just a ratchet blade. And technically, when you're blue, your fabric blade could cut it as well.
Yep.
You know, one other point I want to make here is what Sierra has shown us is essentially the print and cut feature. You'd use this exact same process if you want to create little stickers, right? You just wouldn't, you simply wouldn't mirror the image. And one of the things that we're really excited about as a company right now is the impact of our product in like the planner community out there. Planners, all they want is stickers. They want little custom stickers. They want a little reminder stickers that they can put in their planner of, oh, I need to take my medicine this day, so they want a little sticker of a pill, or I need to take a shot this day, so I need a little sticker of a syringe. I actually was playing with this in my office. I took my wife's Bitmoji. Did I show you these?
Oh yeah.
Where I imported her Bitmoji, used this exact product, and now I have little stickers of my wife being like awesome in her little Bitmoji, and gave it to her. She was like, "How did this happen? Where did?"
And his wife's pretty dang cute too.
Well, you know, she's okay. She's all right. But the possibilities with the print and cut and creating stickers and stuff like that is really endless, and it really has become a very powerful part of our customer base. Those sticker makers and those planners and stuff like that. And it's the exact same process.
Yeah.
Such a growing business, yeah.
For sure.
So we'll go ahead and unload this cutting mat. Turn off the machine. And then you'll just take it off of your cutting mat. And then use, I hope I cut all the way through.
I hate it when it doesn't do that.
Maybe I should have checked that my blade was actually set to the correct setting. So
I'm sure that Sierra's blade gets much use over time.
It's still a little bit, but luckily
it cut
we have
just
some
fine.
already.
There you go. It cut
Cut out
perfectly.
all the way, yeah. So that just didn't quite go all the way through. And then in this case with the registration marks, you could actually send it through again and get a perfect cut with the blade adjusted at that point.
Support's going to step in.
Yes.
We will always advise, and we always want to check on the blade depth. Sierra had this set to a 2. Even though the software said 4.
Sierra.
That's the reason why it didn't cut through.
The last thing
it's
I
not
cut
a failing
was
of the
these ones.
It's not a failing of the machine.
That was user error.
It's not a failing of the software. Somebody stole your blade, changed it from
I think it was Jesse.
I saw Jesse doing it.
I saw
before the
Jesse.
show. Yep.
And that's why it failed to cut through.
So
So
funny.
the
See,
cutting
machine
machines
works great.
They work great. We just have to make sure as users that we are taking all the proper steps, checking all the little boxes to make sure.
We actually did this as
perfectly.
an exercise in what not to do. So well done.
Yeah.
That is
Well done.
exactly
All
what
done.
we meant to do. So perfect.
Yeah, so anyways, they'll come out with just these little squares, and I will apply one to myself. So then you're going to go to put it on. You'll just peel off that plastic piece that we put on before, and that's what adds like the adhesive. Oh, you have my magic tattoo
who
sprayer.
wants to spray her? There you go.
I can do it myself.
All right.
So we have this fun little magic tattoo spray, which is just water. This label is actually also created with print and cut. And I'm just gonna get this little napkin wet and then just apply some pressure. And it really doesn't take long for it to get on there.
Kara, I'm just going to answer your question. Yes, because it has the registration marks, it can be recut. That's correct.
I'll show them down here.
All right, and then I have a tattoo on my wrist now.
Wait, let's show it again.
All right, show your wrist one more time. We were showing the registration marks. There it is. I'd rather be crafting just like the boys.
Yep.
Hey,
And soon to be Carl.
One other point I wanted to make. Every single Silhouette machine has the ability to run that little optical scanner and do print and cut. Even our original, if you're one of the lucky ones that have the original blue machine, that was the Silhouette SD, any of the portrait machines, and any of the Cameo machines, they all have that technology built into it, and it's I think it's underutilized, wouldn't you say? A lot of people don't realize that they have that, and once they start playing with it and realizing all the things you can do with the scanner and the print and cut, it really opens up your palette of things that you can create with your Cameo or with any Silhouette machine. So
If you want to explore the different types of materials that can be used with our printing capability, a good spot to go is the specialty media category on our site.
That's my favorite category.
A lot of the materials on that, it'll indicate if they can be printed on, but they can be used with the print and cut feature, and you can create textures and different feels to your project.
You'll notice too, if you're looking at just the tattoo paper itself, this tattoo paper is clear. So as you're looking at it, everything, the color comes through, but the media itself is clear. We do have a white tattoo paper so that colors pop off of it if you're looking for something more where you've got color instead of black and white and you want something to show. We do have gold and silver too, so they come out like a shiny chrome metallic. You can do some really cool designs with that. Have a lot of fun too. So.
I literally get a call a month at least from somebody who wants to buy this tattoo paper in bulk. There's some websites out there that just sell temporary tattoos, and they reached out and said, hey, your stuff is better than anything else I found. Please sell it to me in bulk. It's part of the reason why we can't keep it all in stock.
I do know that Expressions Vinyl carries our tattoo paper, and they are doing a special code right now They're doing 25% off of all Silhouette accessories if you use the code Silhouette 2018. So make sure to hit them up. I know they're stocked and ready to ship, they're so great with their customer service. So make sure that you're ordering this stuff to slap some on, because you too would rather be crafting.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. We've got another question that is, do you ship to Asia? I cannot speak for Expressions Vinyl. Jessica, you might want to jump on there and let them know that. We at Silhouette do ship to Asia. So we've got salespeople.
We ship to retailers in Asia.
Retailers,
to
yes.
Customers,
that's
we
correct.
Ship to the U.S. and Canada.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, but we do have distribution in Asia. You can find our distributor there and get any product that you want.
Okay, we've got another one. Tara, in the future, will I be able to order from Silhouette America online and pick up at the Linden location?
That's a good question. We don't have that currently. That's something that we've tossed around, and we'll take your feedback. But currently, we don't have the ability to pick up at our.
Unless you're aware
of
raving fans.
Yeah, raving fans.
It gets a little crazy here.
We got all these men with tattoos.
We got to protect our muscle men here.
But come on by if you ever want. Swing by, and we'd be happy to show you around the warehouse and give you a little tour. But right now, we don't have the ability to pick anything up.
Okay, and Naomi is asking, in particular, do we have a distributor in Singapore?
We do have a distributor over in Singapore. Isn't that where Hisashi is?
Hisashi is, he's in Singapore.
Yeah.
I do not know who the distributor is specifically in Singapore. If you go to silhouetteamerica.com, we have a where to buy section on that website, and so you can find out where our international distributors are and their websites.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Okay, we're being asked, do we have a floral print in vinyl? We do not. I believe Expressions Vinyl does. It wouldn't be a Silhouette brand, but you'd have to check directly with them. They've got the most beautiful vinyls. I've been in their shop. I never wanted to leave. I just wanted to play all day long, and I didn't get to.
We do have printable vinyl that you can.
Yes, that's
any
correct.
floral design you want on there, and it's just the same process as this, but I guess you also don't really need registration marks if
You just
you're
put the whole
printing
sheet.
the pattern.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, and Sandra, is the discount code only usable at Expressions Vinyl for discount, or could I use it with Graphtech, which is in the UK distributor? This discount is just run by Expressions Vinyl, so anything that you get Silhouette brand through Expressions, you'll get that 25% off, if I am correct.
Wow, there's a lot of international people.
Yeah, I think
That's awesome.
Expressions has got such a fantastic following,
Nice reach.
and rightly so. I've watched their lives forever. So when I was asked to do this, I was so excited, but so nervous. So of course I dragged all you people in here. See, I'm the smart one. All right, let's see. Yes, Expressions Vinyl says yes. They have it in the pattern vinyl in HTV and adhesive. Great. Okay. So, Sierra, I'm sorry, did I cut you off, or were you done?
I think we're done with the demo.
Okay, so we've got some questions that have been asked that, let's see, Sierra, I think this one is perfect because it goes right along with your demo. How do I manually register my print and cut design?
Okay, so if your registration fails, it'll pop up and say that it failed to register. And then you can manually register it by moving, there's some little arrows down here. And that will actually move your blade carriage. And you'll just want to move it so that the blade is over the little black square on the top. And then hit register, and then it should read after that. I don't know if Ben has any more input.
The reason you would be manually registering is occasionally if your printer prints the page and the marks in an undesirable location, it shifts your SKUs, or if you're having trouble loading properly right and left. That's why you would probably do a manual registration, is just it for printer error. For the most part, the automatic registration with our machine works flawlessly.
Thank you so much. Okay, Ben, I've got one for you. This is a great one. What is the Silhouette Cloud?
Okay.
Love this.
So this is a great question. Our Silhouette Cloud is a syncing service. It allows you to upload your own user files to our cloud so they can be accessible on multiple workstations. All of your purchases through silhouetteDesignStore.com are hosted through your Silhouette Cloud service. You don't need to be always connected. Things are downloaded locally to your workstation so that you can work offline like a lot of our customers want to.
Okay.
What about my own designs that I create? Are those also saved on my cloud account, or is it just the content that I purchase from the design store?
If you choose to, yeah, you can upload your user content when you're saving in the software. So when you choose to save, you'll just choose to save to our library, choose a cloud location, and then it'll automatically get synced in the background.
Awesome.
Okay.
I'm starting to get very proud of my own design. Like, I'm going to start to maybe go into selling those. No, I'm not really. But it's so easy and fun to create those designs. And like I mentioned before, with my son's baseball, we have his logo that they've used the last 3 years, and I just pull it up as a saved file, and their jerseys change color. He's on the All-Star team. It's the same logo, but it's a different color every year. So I just go in and take that file that I created 2 years ago and cut it in a different color now and make stickers for all the kids, do vinyl lettering for everybody, and like different colored designs on shirts and stuff like that. It's I didn't realize I would use it as much as I really did, so it's good to have that backed up and available anywhere.
Well, the great thing with your growing crafting talent and for our crafting out there is our business edition of the software actually allows the export of your own files from Silhouette Studio. So you can use the powerful Silhouette Studio tool to create your files and share them with your friends.
Awesome.
Use them in your business applications.
So Ben, explain the difference between the different upgrades.
The different upgrades. So our Designer Edition feature of the software allows you to work with additional tools within the software, specifically rhinestone tools, and then a few additional editing features within the software. It also allows the import of additional file types, so SVGs, PDFs that you can get from other sites online. The Designer Plus adds to the rhinestone features and our sewing features, so you can bring in sewing file types. The Business Edition is our flagship. You can connect multiple machines to your software, and you can also export file types out of Silhouette Studio to be used in your business, in other software applications, shoot your pictures that you're making in Silhouette Studio into a video that you're editing. That's what the Business Edition is really meant for.
Okay, perfect. Sandra, I'm going to mess up her last name. She said Business Edition is fab, Ben. So thank you for that explanation. Hello from Lima, Peru. Hi, we're so happy to have you. That's so exciting. You're so far away. Okay, we've got Leslie. I've had my Cameo for over a year. I'm so intimidated by print and cut. I want to try it, but I feel overwhelmed. I think, Leslie, you are just like so many people. It can be a little overwhelming at first, but get in there and try it. Sierra is so fantastic. The things that she makes are just inspiring. Maybe.
Yeah, your possibilities are like endless, especially with our specialty media. I love the tattoo paper, and all my friends and family like always want me to make them tattoos. My niece is almost 3 and she loves I always just keep a little bag of temporary tattoos in my purse to give to her. So once you start with print and cut, you're not going to want to stop.
And I would definitely go online and Google some of the videos. There's lots of help out there. We've got videos. There are so many people that have put videos on, instructional videos. So please don't be intimidated. Get your hands dirty and get in there and try it out. It's super fun.
I think just to jump in there, I think the key to really opening this up and trying new things is you need to stop thinking of the Silhouette Studio software as just a cut software and start thinking about it as a design software, because it really is that. Can I share a quick story really quick? So to illustrate this point, my in-laws they're in Wyoming right now. My father-in-law grew up there. He has this story when he was a little kid. He got chased by a black bear while he was in Wyoming. It's God's country up there, man. It's like the rural of the world, right? He sends a picture of himself standing in by a sign in a city in Wyoming, and I chuckled to myself, take that picture, imported that picture into my Silhouette Studio software, went and found a picture somewhere of a brown bear, imported that picture in, used the eraser features and like almost just photoshopped it up and ended up layering it right onto that picture. And so now I have a picture of my father-in-law with a bear behind him. I screen saved the whole thing and texted out and say, hey, look out, Dad, there's a bear behind you. It took me literally 5 minutes. Everybody thought I was a genius. We were laughing like crazy, and I didn't once cut anything. And that really shows the power of the software. It really is very similar to like an Illustrator software or some of these other high-end designing software. And once you start looking at it through that lens, then you realize everything's not a cut file. Let's put printed images on there. Let's put anything on there, and really, that's when your Silhouette designs start to really take off. And I also feel like that's the difference between us and the big competitors that are out there. You just can't do those same things with other softwares.
That's great.
It can be a little bit intimidating, and just so you know, Silhouette America cares, and we've made resources available. At the Silhouette Design Store, if you search Handbook, we have a 400-plus page full-color guide on how to use your Silhouette Studio software and your Silhouette cutting machine. We also have our blog, which I think you've contributed to a little bit. Blog.silhouetteamerica.com. A lot of our partners will create content tutorials on how to do print and cuts with all over different types of materials. And then like Donnie said, our YouTube presence, we have how-tos for every single button in the software, every single feature in the software. Just go to YouTube and search for Silhouette America and choose the Silhouette America Inc. YouTube channel.
Okay, perfect. Pamela is asking, is the business upgrade a one-time purchase or a subscription?
It is a one-time purchase.
Okay.
Own it forever.
Yes.
Yep, it
always.
is yours forever.
And with every update that we release with the software, you will get additional, you'll get updates that will fix bugs. And then usually when we jump a version, you'll get additional features. So you're paying $100 once, and then you're getting improved content for the life of the software.
Awesome. We are being told hello from Nova Scotia, Costa Rica.
Wow.
One time well worth it. Okay, perfect. Georgia, Pocatello, we love it. Let's see. Leslie said back to you, Spencer, that is my problem. I need to quit thinking of it as just a cutting machine. You guys are awesome. That is so fun.
We are there. It just takes one or two projects that really open your eyes, and I'm actually excited for her because she's gonna get really excited when she starts to see some of the other things.
Yeah, good luck sleeping anymore. You're just gonna want to craft all night. We're gonna send you a tattoo.
There's nothing better than having a machine you've had for a year, and now all of a sudden getting your mind open up to 1,000 different things you can do that you didn't even think about in the first place. So,
all right,
for you, Leslie.
Ben, let's see, or somebody, how to recalibrate your machine.
So with the machine, it infrequently needs calibration. Typically, calibration will be met. If you need calibration, you'll see that it's off by a fraction of an inch. Actually, if it's cutting large amounts off, that means that it's not reading the registration marks correctly. So you'll try reloading and recutting. With calibration, if you actually go to the help menu, go to the manual, it'll walk you through calibration within the manual.
Okay, fantastic. All right, let's see. We've got, probably our number one question. Anybody want to take a guess on this? My blank does not work. My
machine.
Blade.
Blade.
My blade doesn't work. Why isn't my auto blade working?
Everybody's looking at me. So the most common concern that we have with the Cameo 3 in support, and just so you guys know, we have a staff of about 30 answering questions Monday through Friday, 7 to 7. The most common concern is my auto blade's not cutting. That little auto blade automatically adjusts based off of pressure and touching the machine in a precise manner. A lot of our customers, when they put that blade in, they don't load it all the way in, and it doesn't adjust properly. And so if you just go ahead, press that blade all the way down until you can see there's no gap with the collar, lock it in. Do we have an auto blade?
We
We do have an auto blade.
Here you go.
And Jordan's gonna zoom in. So
It
we
only
have our
works
auto
in
blade.
the left carriage, right?
It only works in the left carriage. You'll notice right here, there's a gap. you'll notice that I'm pushing all the way down, I'm holding them up on that tab, I lock it in, there is no gap. That will solve all of your auto blade concerns.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I point out one thing too? This little gap, I don't know if you can see this, Jordan, but there is a little...
Turn the machine
like
a little bit this way.
A hole right down here. Can you point to it? Something really bad's going to happen here. But that's the actual hole that the blade uses to adjust itself. And I've actually accidentally covered that with material before. And it goes to try to adjust and it doesn't do anything. So make sure this area is clear. That's a good tip. Make sure that's down. But the auto blade really is it's another one of those SKUs we cannot keep in stock. It's a very popular item for us, and it makes it nice where you just have to push a button and let it go rather than making your own adjustments.
Well, it's so funny because people really have a personal preference as to what blade they use. Yeah. Some people really love the auto blade. Some people are absolute ratchet blade. Yeah. I'm kind of more of a ratchet blade girl myself, but I see the value in the auto blade. I started
as a ratchet blade. There was a time I resisted the auto blade when it first came out, but now I'm just like Bluetooth. I kind of resisted that. Now I'm super comfortable with both of them, and I use both of them all the time.
Okay, let's see. Maureen, hi from Iowa. You're welcome for the tips and information. We're really excited to be here with you. Amber, when will you guys have a big blowout sale on the machine? I know Carl has got machines in stock and ready to go. You'll have to contact them. I don't know if the 25%, you'll have to contact Expressions Vinyl to see what their deal is on machines, but they're so easy to work with. They are really prompt. Their customer service could not be better. So Expressions, you guys want to jump in there and let them know what your deal is on machines as well. St. Lucia, holy cow. We are literally all over the world. That is so fun. Okay, there's your answer. We've got the Cameo 3 for $194.99.
Wow.
That's a great deal.
That's a really good deal.
Okay, what is the...
You're supposed to say that. I'm not supposed to be here.
Wait, Jesse, close your ears. Close your ears. Okay, that's a limited offer. I'm sure that's a limited offer.
Maybe 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You never call
Carl.
As long as it takes the Silhouette legal department to contact you.
I know.
Notice all the red faces. I'm in support, so I have
He doesn't care.
I just help customers.
Okay, what is the lifetime of an auto blade or any blade? When do you need to change it out?
The difficult part with estimating that is that we have a lot of different types of materials, a lot of different textures of materials. If you're cutting just paper, the auto blade itself will last a long time. If you're cutting items that have glitter or other coarse items or coarse portions to them, or chipboard, things that are really dense, it will shorten the life of the blade. When you notice that it is not cutting through, that indicates that you probably need a new blade. If it's just tearing your material, usually that indicates that you just need to adjust your cut settings and potentially clean out your blade.
Yeah, just to add to that, the ratchet blade is our standard blade. Everybody's really familiar with that and the cut times that it enables you to have. But when you go into like the premium blade is made out of a sintered tungsten. So it's 3 times as strong. It should last 3 times as long on any given product. If you're cutting vinyl, those blades are going to last forever because the vinyl is really easy on a blade. The other thing too to check that I've noticed a lot of people, when they think they need to replace their blade, it's really they just need to look up and pull the cap off and pull stuff out. Sometimes you'll get pieces of vinyl or glitter or adhesive will get up in there and keep the blade from rotating, and then your corners won't cut right. So it's always good to make sure your blade's clean before you decide to replace it.
Okay. Carl jumped in and said, just a couple days, Jesse. Oh, I'm going to be in so much trouble today. All right. No, I'm telling you right now, if you're listening, go get a machine from Carl in the next couple of days because that's about as good as you might ever see it. Okay, so will there be different colors? Spencer, we're going to shoot that to you.
Yeah, there may or may not be some new colors and new and exciting colors coming out for the holiday season. Definitely stay tuned.
Ominous. That was ominous. Okay. All right. Well, why are most Silhouette supplies not sold in Canada? Availability is horrible. I can't speak for Expressions. I'm not sure exactly where they ship to, but I do have some clients in Canada, and I can tell you, I know that the shipping is terrible going into Canada right now, especially right now. But there are silhouette products available in Canada, and I've got a few distributors. If Expressions doesn't carry something that you are looking for, you can always notify us, and I'll get you the name of a distributor.
If I can step in,
Please.
This is the time to plug our Club Silhouette program.
Okay.
Our Club Silhouette program, it's a $10 a month program. Every 4 months you get a mat and a blade, and you also get a free handbook that I was mentioning earlier. The great thing is on orders over $50, you get free shipping.
Even to Canada?
Even to Canada.
There you go.
Wow.
That's a loss for Silhouette.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a loss, but
That's a great,
for our
that's a
Canadian
great suggestion.
customers,
Yeah.
that is a way to do it.
Okay, why does my roller slip sometimes during cutting?
So roller slip, there's a couple of different things that can cause that. One is the position of the roller. If you're using a mat, you'll want to make sure that the roller itself is on the very edge of the cutting mat. If it's tracking over the edge of the material and the edge of the mat, it will slip. The other reason it can slip is if the blade is overextended. The blade will get caught in the cutting mat during the cutting process. It can seize there, and that'll cause the mat to slip in and out. Yeah, so adjust your cut settings. A lot of times just to troubleshoot, you can actually take the blade out, run a cut through, and you'll see that it'll run just fine without the blade. If that's happening, reduce your blade height.
I'm sure this isn't happening to you, but my sister-in-law lives in New York, and I had maybe a half-hour conversation with her on this subject. She was so frustrated. She's like, it's slipping every single time, and we learned it was her little guide right here had been lifted. As you can see, as you put that down, it lifts the roller up. And I asked her like 5 times, are you sure that this is down position? She's like, yes, to the point where we were yelling at each other angrily. But in the end, she's like, oh, I'm sorry, that was not set to the down position. It was up. So a simple thing. I'm sure you don't have that problem, but one of the easy things to cut, if you see that those rollers aren't gripping correctly, double check. Like Jesse mentioned, up is down, down is up.
Okay. Raquel, what about PicScan? Does it really work as good as making print and cut?
PicScan itself is intended to be used kind of differently than print and cut. Print cut is if you're producing media yourself. PicScan is really helpful if you're using found media or created media. So a great use for the PicScan is if you have stamps. If you have paper and you want to decorate that paper out with your stamps and then cut out little stickers with your stamps that you've made, PicScan is a great use. Cutting out pictures out of magazines or books, it's great. But the print and cut function of the software is great if you're going to be making those items.
One to chime in right there. The way I like to look at it is PicScan is very important, actually essential, if the size of your cut file needs to be precise. So the stamps is a perfect example of that. If you have a stamp and you want to make a very precise outline, cut outline for that stamp, then you have to use the PicScan, because that will ensure that your design gets replicated or imported into your software at exactly the size that you need. If size isn't an issue, if you're going to end up resizing your design anyway, the example for me I keep using is I take my son's baseball jersey, I take a picture of the jersey, and I don't PicScan it, I just import that whole picture in, scan, trace the image, and then I have the design that I can do at any different size. Sizing isn't an issue for me, so that's kind of a good way to decide, do I need PicScan or not? It all depends on how precise you need that design to be.
Yeah, and it's like Ben was saying, just to kind of chime in on what Spencer was talking about, with those, it's just to give you an example, like the stamps and the tattoos that we've made, those were created in the software. So if you've created that design in the software knows exactly where that is already. That's why you can do a print and cut. But if you put stamps on a piece of paper, or you cut a picture out of a magazine and you want that exactly cut out, or a piece of fabric that has a flower and you want to cut the flower out of the fabric, and you put that in the machine has no idea where that design is on the media. And so that's really what the PicScan is for, because then you're taking a picture and it's creating that image with those registration marks and the picture that you want, so you can trace it and cut it all out exactly. So the biggest difference is just making sure, because this will cut exactly around the design that you create, but you've created that design in the software. If you didn't create it in the software and you did it exterior and you're trying to bring it in and cut something cool, then you've got to take a picture of it on the pigskin mat.
Fantastic. Okay, Ben, what should I do if I think my machine is malfunctioning? Let's plug some customer support.
Well, let me just give you Ben's personal cell phone number.
Seriously, I have it. I have
Go ahead
it.
and give me his wife's number too, just in case he.
Yeah, he is, ladies, he is taken. So for all of his knowledge, that belongs to another woman. I'm sorry.
So that's a great question. A lot of folks are worried that their machines are malfunctioning. There are two things that we would recommend you do. Turn it off, turn it back on again, start over fresh. That solves a world of hurt. That's the first step that we take in support. The second one is actually capture it on video. A picture speaks 1,000 words, a video speaks 1,000,000. If you capture it on video, send it into support, we can get you fixed immediately. We have trained technicians, trained staff that can identify based off noises, based off of movement, based
They've
off
seen
of
it all at this point.
imperceptible. Yeah, it's amazing what they can do.
Is the best way to contact support through chat room? Is that the preferred method, or what's the quickest way people can get an answer to a question like that?
That was actually something that I wanted to share. Chat is our best option. If you want immediate chat support, our leanest time is actually our Wednesday through Friday, leanest in the amount of volume coming in, so we can respond more quickly, is Wednesday through Friday in the morning and the late afternoon. Our reps are ready and willing to help. Early in the week, we're a little bit busier. We're open with chats 8 to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Our email line is always open, and we get back to the folks within 24 hours of any email inquiry. So if you run into an issue outside of that 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., send us an email and a trained representative will get back to you within 24 hours.
That's mountain time.
Yeah,
Ben, just to let you know, Regina says, definitely have always gotten good support, and my Cameo 1 is still going and going. Regina, that's awesome. Okay. Sandra, what are your thoughts on CB09 blade for use with Cameo 3?
That's a Graphtec blade.
All right, so the CB09 is a Graphtec blade. Graphtec makes larger scale cutting machines. The CB09 blade has not been tested in our machine, and so therefore it could potentially damage the machine and void the warranty. It has a different blade angle. It also has a different weight. I know that there are folks who use them without error, but in support, we do not recommend the use of those blades. We recommend the use of the auto blade, the premium blade, fabric blade, ratchet blades, because those have been tested. Those will not cause damage to your machines.
So
I would
advise not work. You're on your own. You're on your own on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you have all of the preset settings in the system, and they're all based on testing that was done with the blades made for that machine. So you kind of throw all that out the window, and you're starting from scratch if you do something by running a blade that's not made to be on the machine.
And if it damages the machine, you will not be protected under the warranty, unfortunately.
Okay. Sierra, I've got one for you. Where can I buy designs?
Silhouette Design Store. silhouettedesignstore.com has, that's where we got this I'd Rather Be Crafting design.
You guys want to model that one more time?
Oh, yeah.
Bring it up. There it is. There it is. Okay, good. Oh, Spence, there it is. Oh, we got some. What is it? The smolder. Yo, watch out for the smolder.
Admire those tan lines.
It does not work on my wife at all. Zero.
All right, Sierra, go ahead.
Okay, so here, this is the Silhouette Design Store. There is like a ton of designs. It's like over 100,000, over 120,000. Wow. So this is my favorite place to go. They've recently added a ton of new fonts too, which I love. I'm a total font person. So what I do, this has become like a bit of a problem, but I almost every day will go into this new tab and it shows you all the new designs that have been added like in the last week. So you can always see like what's fresh and new, what you haven't seen yet. And it'll usually be kind of like themed, like there's a lot of 4th of July designs that have recently been added. And yeah, there's print and cut designs, 3D designs, fonts, anything you can imagine. So.
Okay, here's a trick question, you guys. How many files are on the design store? Ready, go. Take a guess. No cheating. No cheating.
I think.
Give me your guess.
Now that I'm thinking back in my memory, I think it might be 109,000.
Okay, Jesse.
So you lied to us.
I might have over-exaggerated.
110,000 or 110 period?
110
period.
designs.
Okay. Sierra?
That's how many items I have in my cart. I'd say 112,000.
Spence.
I'm going to go 112,001. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay, well, the real answer,
right rules.
the real answer is I have no idea, but good guessing. Good
Better
guessing.
find out. We can tell right now.
All designs.
All designs?
And then we have 123.
Oh!
That's right.
Thank you, everybody.
So almost 124.
Yeah.
5 away from 124 designs.
This is not like The Price is Right. You can't.
That is
can't.
so exactly like
Spence
that.
won.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good job, Spence.
Did you win a new car?
No, I just get hugs from everybody after.
Okay. Can you purchase more gig for your cloud library? I'm at 4.1 of my 5.1.
Wow.
There is not currently an option to purchase additional memory for the Silhouette Cloud, unfortunately, but we will pass that along.
How many designs would that require to have 4.1
She's
gigs?
got a lot.
That's a lot of designs and a lot of patterns. Patterns take up more memory
Okay.
with your Silhouette Cloud, and so if you're trying to lean out your Silhouette Cloud, identify those patterns that you've uploaded, and that will really reduce the memory usage.
So maybe save your patterns to your hard drive somewhere. Or something like that?
Yeah,
That's
and
not
save your actual designs to the Silhouette Cloud.
Expressions is saying, I think Starla on our design team may have every single one of the designs. And she's got, I'm assuming that's Jessica's got almost 13,000. Wow, that's crazy. All right, let's see.
My wife goes crazy. I think we have 10,000. She's a big time crafter.
Yeah, good for her.
Okay. What is the main difference from the Silhouette and my Cricut? Who wants it?
On me?
Well, who wants it? Who wants this one? We all love this
I
one.
support Silhouette machines. I can't speak to
The
huge difference.
I'll be happy to jump in.
Go for it.
Software. The software is
Absolutely.
the biggest difference. But there are some other key items that nobody knows about. I think we need to
Let's
do a better
do it.
job talking about. We'll talk about the software, but first of all, looking at the machine itself, you don't have to use a map with a Silhouette machine. You do have to with a Cricut. So that in and of itself opens up a lot of size possibilities.
Let's specify though, that's just with vinyl, and heat transfer.
So vinyl and heat transfer, anything that's on a roll, you can just
With a
feed
carrier.
it right in, and you can create a template that's up to 10 feet long. So that's
So all that wall art that you see in houses and on home decor sites on Pinterest, that you're looking at 5-foot designs and 10-foot designs, that's
all in one shot.
That's this machine,
It's
right?
huge.
Otherwise, you're doing it in 12 by 12 sheets or 2-foot chunks with any other machine, and having to kind of piece it together and make it look straight. So.
And then obviously the software with your Silhouette machine and your Silhouette software, it all resides on your computer, so you don't have to have a consistent, steady internet connection. With a Cricut, you do. You're basically accessing software that is on a server somewhere. So once your internet connection stops, your software stops. You basically can't even use the machine, period, if you don't have an internet connection, which that's a huge advantage for Silhouette. And I'd like to think that we've been doing it longer. We have developed this model. Cricut used to do their cartridges, and that was kind of their thing. And once that stopped working, they scrambled and looked around, and they saw that our model worked, and so they jumped on and did their model. And so we have a 3 or 4 year head start. We have more designs. We have better software. We like to say that your Silhouette is like a Cricut on steroids. That's basically how we look at it. And I think anybody who sits down and actually does the comparable with the software would reach that same conclusion. The software is just not even close to the same.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like they both cut and they both do their intended jobs, but it really comes down to the Silhouette being, it caters to the designer. It caters to somebody who wants to customize something rather than making something that's already been designed. So if you enjoy doing things that are customized to people in your family or yourself, or you have a business, then the Silhouette wins hands down.
Truth be told, so I'm a graphic designer and do a lot of things with Adobe Illustrator, and I had never used a Silhouette machine before I started working here. but there are some things now that I will choose to do in Silhouette Studio versus Illustrator, because some of the functionality is just like a lot quicker and simpler. So
it is a hotly argued topic in our executive meetings as to whether we should charge for our basic software, because it really is. Terry, we have one of our accounts. Her sales pitch was every single time. She was big in the fabric world, where you sold, you know, these $10,000 embroidery machines, but then like a $5,000 software package and training. You go. She's like, you're buying when you pay $194 at Expressions Vinyl, you're buying the software and you're getting the machine for free, and that is 100% true. You could line our software up with any software out there that costs 10 times what our software costs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you are buying our software, you're buying a software that gets updated regularly, gets new features released. If you bought the Designer or Business Edition early on in version 3 of our software, you've had kind of a doubling of the actual features that you purchased for $100 several years ago.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. Great question, though.
Yeah, there's some really great ones. Okay, so we're going to probably wrap this up in about 3 minutes. I promised all these cute people that I'd let them get back to work at some point today. Let's see. We'll do just a couple more. Are there any maintenance recommendations to keep the machine running smoothly? I like that.
That's a really good question. The only maintenance recommendation that Silhouette Support routinely will suggest is checking on the cutting strip with your machine. So we're just gonna, the cutting strip is right here. The cutting strip itself should be flat and smooth. You'll see it's this off-white portion. If it's no longer flat and smooth, we offer replacement cutting strips at silhouetteamerica.com. With a lot of use, that can become grooved, or with using incorrect settings, it can get cut into, and that'll result in other errors with future cuts.
Okay, another really good one from Cindy. I am getting a new computer. How do I get everything from my old computer onto my new computer?
So the great thing is that there are 2 ways to do that. With the Silhouette Cloud, you can sync all of your user content to the Silhouette Cloud, or in Silhouette Studio, it offers an export option. So if you're inside the library, you'll right-click on each section of your library and choose Export, and then you can just import that on the new computer.
If when you have your Silhouette account, you're allowed multiple devices, right? How many? What's the maximum that you can?
10.
Okay.
We actually just recently increased that, so you
cool.
can have 10 devices actively syncing, and then you can have a greater number that are actually just registered with our site.
Awesome.
Donita says, convinced, ordering today. Look out, Carl. Here she comes. Here she comes. We are very happy to have you join the Silhouette family.
She'll never go back.
You'll never go back. All right, our last thing that we'll discuss. Carla, late tuning in, but just wanted to say that I love my Silhouette and Expressions vinyl. Have been using a Cameo one since mid-2012, but years before I owned the original. Only upgraded when user error made it fall to the floor and break the connection to the motherboard. Quality products. Thank you.
The great thing is that in our support department, we do offer a repair service. So contact Silhouette Support. If you
don't just throw it away.
Older machines.
Yep, don't throw it away.
We do offer a repair service for anything after anything Cameo 1 and later.
Okay, you guys remember Expressions Vinyl is running a great sale, not only on machines, don't tell Jesse, and use the code Silhouette 2018 to order right now. I don't know how long they're going for. I know it's Silhouette Week, so I'm assuming it's coming to an end. I want to thank Expressions Vinyl for the chance to be with you today. We are excited for you. We look forward to seeing the projects that you make. Please share them. We love to see them. They inspire us and give us new ideas too. I'd like to thank my panel. You guys are awesome. So thank you so much. And to Jordan, who's behind the scenes here, that kind of really saved me in getting this set up last minute this morning. So thank you all. Have a wonderful day. Expressions, we love you. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
See you later.